Just out of Parts WJ. I bought this for really cheap, and I'm going to use the front knuckles and brake calipers to do the steering upgrade on the ZJ. First thing I do to this thing is get these rims off, and I'm going to take these winter tires off, change them out for the summer tires that came with it, and I'm going to return these winter tires to the previous owner, and I'll get $100 back from what I paid. The lady I bought it from said that this is the second engine that's been in the Jeep, and she said that it was replaced a little over 100,000. And the engine they put in it had 100,000. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, but the odometer reads 245,000. So one way or the other, this Jeep had a nice long life. Can't complain about that. The reason I bought this thing was for the steering knuckles, and this is a much better setup than the ZJ, because your steering arm and your track bar are separated. I think I said those right? Are those right names? I don't know. Escapes me at the moment. But anyway, and it's also up a little higher. So that means when you lift it, you're a little bit closer to, you know, the original steering geometry, which just works out better overall. And of course, you can, you know, flip these over the knuckle, so that'll help out even more. But my main attraction to these was the dual piston calipers, and those are definitely an upgrade over the single piston calipers on the ZJ. And I guess 2000 to 2001 they had calipers that weren't so hot on here. I guess they kind of had a tendency to warp the rotor. I forget the name of them. But this is a 2004, so this has got the better setup. Other than that rusted out fender, there's not a whole lot of rust on it that I can see right away. You know what I mean? You guys down, you know, out of the snow belt probably think this is the rustiest thing you've ever seen, but up here in New England it's really not that bad. I mean, this rocker's bad, but I mean, all this other stuff, you know, find a car in New England that doesn't look this rusty, especially given the age. This is a 04 with like 250,000 miles on the body, so it's really not that bad. Yeah, if I'm not careful, I might end up buying another parts rig for this. Whoops. Well, that escalated quickly. Found a donor here, engine donor. It's got under 150K on it, and met its end on black ice. Had a telephone pole, and it's bad enough where it buckled the inner panel, I think, pretty sure. So it's not worth saving. That's total. Buckled the column too. Not a big surprise. $143. Didn't give it any gas. Pressure's right up there. I moved my Jeep out of the way and picked up the tools, and it's warmed up a little bit now, and I can definitely hear that tick a little bit more. I don't know if you can hear that on camera. And I think I just figured out what that ticking noise is that I was hearing. Hearing it from around here. I'm pretty sure it's this thing. Whatever this thing is. When I put my hand on it, I can feel it ticking. Curious to see what happens when I rev it up a little bit. I want to see if it's putting a little bit of blue smoke out the tailpipe or not. So I pulled this thing down to the garage and I vacuumed out all the glass, and I probably ran it around for a good half hour, just tooling around the yard, and it didn't really seem to overheat. It held temperature pretty well, but when I let it set for a while, it did start getting pretty hot. Before I use this engine in the other Jeep, I'll go through the coolant system, put a new pump in, all that good stuff, new thermostat. Yeah. Fun stuff. Now I gotta tear it apart. I should probably keep it together for a little while. Let the kids play with it around the yard for a little bit.